Hi, and welcome to It's the Heart Work, People, Passion, and Purpose podcast. And I'm your host, Dr. Terry Ross. This podcast is about people finding their passion and walking in their purpose. And today, I am extremely excited because we have a guest with us that I've been trying to get on for quite some time. And I'm so excited that we have her with us today. Dr. Brenda Caldwell, the Ambassador of Hope, who is fondly known as Dr. B, is a clinical therapist, empowerment speaker, program developer, author, and artist. And that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to take up any more time. Because, guys, this is a special guest, and I can assure you that you are going to enjoy this today. We will all be uplifted. We will all leave feeling like we can conquer the world. Dr. B, tell us about yourself.
So first of all, thank you so much for having me on today. Your energy and your enthusiasm as I've watched your podcast is exciting. So I'm honored to be on with you for sure, Dr. Ross. So a little bit about Dr. B, I can simply tell you in a nutshell, on my worst day, my best day, and every day in between, I'm hope on two legs. That's my best description of myself. You gave some of my hats that I wear, yes, if you will, but what I can truly say is I'm in the earth to pour hope, healing, and inspiration. I do it as a therapist, I do it as an artist, do it as a motivator and inspirator. I do it in a number of ways, but it all comes down, Dr. Ross, for me to pouring hope. If you ask me what do, I say to people that I live to impact and empower someone's life every single day by pouring hope, healing, and inspiration. I want to make a difference and an impact with those four words, with those four letters, HOPE.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. B. Tell us how you arrived at this point that you said, I am the ambassador of hope and I'm hope on two legs. How did you arrive at this point, Dr. B?
That's a great question. So for nearly over 25 years, closer to the 30-year mark, I've been poured out, like I said, in a number of ways. I have worked a great deal of my life pouring into young people with various programs I've created, creating programs to impact the lives of young people, being a motivational speaker, inspirational speaker to adults and youth around the country. And then I began to go to other countries, just pouring myself out. And then when I became a therapist, I realized, oh my God, so many people are hopeless and struggling, Dr. Ross, with issues of suicide and issues of hopelessness, issues of depression, issues of clinical depression and sadness. And that's when, for me, it became a matter of mission. You know, I know that you're big on purpose. And that's when it became for me apparent that I am in the earth. And I know that as a person of faith, it's what God created me to do because I don't have to think about it. Literally, I know that for me, everywhere I go, I'm an ambassador of hope. I became the ambassador because an ambassador is someone that represents a country or represents an organization or represents a cause, if you will. So because I want people to have hope, I just literally, people have tagged me some of everything. I've been called the hopeologist. I used to be called the hope dealer. Come on, somebody. I've had different messages or titles regarding hope, but the best thing I can say is being able to be out here in the trenches and as a therapist, as a speaker, creating programs to empower young people and so forth. I just realized we have got to get hope in the earth. It's a 911 because what we're seeing, the third leading cause of death among the age group of 15 to 24 is suicide. It's suicide. Every 11.5 minutes in this country, somebody is literally committing suicide. That's 125 people, Dr. Ross, per day in this country that are taking their life and aborting their purpose, aborting their dream. That's a book that won't get written. That's a ministry that won't get started. That's a business that we'll never know about. Are you with me? And so it's 911 for me. To snatch as many people as I can out of the pits of darkness and the pits of hopelessness. So that's why I am the ambassador of hope. Unashamedly, unapologetically, the ambassador of hope.
Yes. Well, tell me this, Dr. B, what is hope?
Ooh, what a question. Ooh, what a question. What is hope? See, the Latin meaning for the word hope is breath. Breath. See how we have to pause?
Yes.
Breath, life, and oxygen. So hope is to the body, if you will, what gas is to a car. How far can you get? Come on, somebody. Once tank of gas run out, come on. We continually have to get a fill up of gas. What we need, hope is in that way. Every single day, we need the oxygen of hope to keep us going. So hope is breath. Hope is life. And so every last one of us need hope. So hope, I like to say it like this, Dr. Ross, hope gets you up and faith gets you going. So hope and faith are those fraternal twins. You need both of them. You need both. So hope
Come on, Dr. B.
Come on now. Come on. Hope is what gets you stirred up. Hope is this. Hope is living with an expectation that your life is going to get better. Oh my, Dr. B, are you serious? Hope allows you to believe. I don't care what today was. I don't care what yesterday looks like. Listen, tomorrow I'm expecting, are you with me? Something good to happen. That's hope. See, that's why we go to school, come on, for 4 years and get a degree. Why, Dr. Ross? We're hoping to get a job. Are you
yes, hoping to create a future.
That's why we do certain things. It's because we are hoping. But you have to have an attitude with hope, because it means that you're expecting things to change. You're expecting for life to get better or your situation to get better. So it gives you that oxygen to keep on breathing. It gives you the oxygen to keep getting up the next day. And then the fraternal twin to hope is faith. You need both of them. You need faith. Faith is seeing and believing what you can't see. Faith is confidence that what you are hoping for is going to happen. But you got to have some hope to get you going until you have the faith to see it come to pass. You can't give up. You can't give up hope. Oh, my goodness. Jesse Jackson coined the phrase years ago, keep hope alive.
Yes, he
the
did.
very last thing that we ever have to give, that we should ever give up, is hope. You got, as long as hope is alive, you are alive. Are you with me? That's the important. As long as you are alive, hope is alive. So it doesn't matter what happened in the past. It doesn't matter what today was. Oh my God. Hope is that energy and that force and that breath that makes you believe that it's gonna change. Come on, somebody. I'm gonna get my breakthrough. My job is gonna happen. I'm gonna get through this divorce.
Yes.
Come on, now. I'm gonna get through.
Yes.
Come on, I'm gonna get through this school year. Oh my God, I know I got an overload of students.
Yes.
Come on, as a teacher, but I have the hope that I can make it through. I have the hope that it's going to change, and my students are going to end up, come on, somebody, not being just honor students, but they're going to be students of honor. Are you with me?
Yes,
so you got to have that hope in order for you to get up and go in that classroom, or get up and go in that job, or get up and go and face life every day. Hope is what keeps you getting up. I don't know if I answered that question directly.
Oh, you answered it. You answered it directly, indirectly, and all around. So thank you so much. Hope is life. Hope is breath. Thank you for sharing that. And for a moment in my life, Dr. B, and I'm going to tell you a quick story before I tell you that. When I was in college, I played football at Jackson State, so I got to call my alma mater name here. Yeah. And my position coach, Carl Roberts, he was a philosopher, Big C. And he one day I was blocking, I was a freshman, and I was blocking against the upperclassmen. So I played offensive lineman. I was small. I came from a town that I was the biggest kid on the team. So now I'm down there and I'm blocking one guy. His name is Big Meat, and the other name is Big Puckett. So I'm coming out, coach has taught me the techniques. I'm coming off the ball. I'm blocking, and I'm going to block at least. That's my goal, to block. Okay. And coach said, Ross, what's going on? I see your technique, but you missing the man. What's going on? And so he got down there and he looked as I came off the ball and he said, son, you blocking with your eyes closed. you
Wow.
wish blocking, you hope blocking. You need to open your eyes. And so, and as I moved into life, I began to associate hope and wishing with blindness, that you're kind of sitting in a space. You know, some people, they just sit in hope. And I always saw hope as being an action word. A hope is a thing that you're moving toward. You have it inside of you, but you're moving toward it. So how do I not have blind hope? How does a person move forward with hope, with their eyes wide open, knowing where they're going?
So great question. So when you talk about being able to move forward and having that hope, that's why every single day we have to wake up with expectation. The key word in the meaning of hope, yes, it's breath, and yes, it's life. When you breathe, do you expect to breathe the next breath? Of course we do. We're breathing. So
Yes,
we're
we
expecting to keep breathing.
Yes.
We're not even having to think about it. Are you with me? And so that's how hope is, when you are expecting to continue to move, so that you know that eventually you're going to get there. The thing that you can't do with hope is stop and sit down and give up. That's why one of the phrases is never lose hope. And so with your eyes open, you got we have our eyes open so we can see where we're going. Come on now.
Yes.
And so you have your eyes open, you have your mind open, you have your spirit open. Come on, somebody. All of that is working together to keep you moving toward whatever the goal is, whatever the dream is, whatever the desire for the desired result or the end that you're looking for. Hope. It just keeps you moving. As I said, hope is gas to the car. Come on. It's hope is gas to your soul. Hope is that oxygen for your soul. Hope is that anchor for the soul. One of my paintings, I don't know if you're going to ask me, but I do create artwork out of paper towel. I'm a paper towel artist, and I can do something. I take regular, plain, ordinary paper towel that we throw away. God gave me a gift 10 years ago to take ordinary paper towel, something that we throw away, and create something extraordinary. Are you with me?
Yes.
I do is I just mold and shape until I take it from nothing and create something. And over my shoulder there is a piece that is titled Hope Anchors the Soul. Come on.
Yes.
And that's what we have to have, is hope anchoring us when all else failed, but I still got hope.
Yes.
When everything else is shaking around me, wait a minute, where are you anchored in? I'm anchored in hope, because as long as I got hope, boom, I can keep moving. Come on, this boat gonna sail tomorrow. Come on now. This ship may look like it's sinking, but I'm anchored in hope. And that's the kind of hope that allows you to expect the situation to change, expect life to get better, expect to be able to tackle the opponent. Come on, somebody. Because
Dr. B.
Expecting to stir up your faith. You're expecting to be able to do what you're hoping to do, but you got to have your eyes open to do it. Come on, you gotta have your eyes open.
You gotta have your eyes open.
You gotta have your eyes open.
So what do we say to those people who just set on hope? Those people who say, well, I hope one day this happens. But everything in front of them is telling them, like you said, the ship may look like it's sinking, but you got to have hope. What do you tell those people that every time they get up and try, there's an interruption, there's a disruption, there's something to stop them? What do you tell them to let them know? Because Dr. B, I had gotten to a point with hope that I had even made up an acronym.
Come on.
And I said that, and this is how far away out from hope I was. I said, hope is helping other people exceed. So, I was in a pretty bad place at one point.
That's right.
I was in a pretty bad place. So what do you say to those people who may be in that space that I was in, to bring them out, to say that hope is for you and that fraternal twin is faith?
I say to anyone that's listening, watching this podcast today, is that if you're watching right now, you need to be reminded that you are needed.
Yes.
One of the things that's so important that gives us hope is to know that our lives matter.
Yes.
Whatever your shade of skin tone, you matter.
Whatever your zip code
matters, and you are needed.
Yes.
You are valued. You were sent. Come on, somebody.
Yes.
You were sent to the earth because you are packaged for a purpose and you are wrapped for a reason.
Packaged for a
sent
purpose.
to the earth because there is purpose in you
Yes.
that the world will be missing if you don't get up and move. And so I don't care how long it's been. I don't care how hard it's been. You need to know that we are waiting on you to take your rightful position because the world will not be complete unless you get up and move. You are needed. You are valuable. I'm speaking to those people, Dr. Ross.
Oh, you speaking to me, Dr. B.
I can't, it ain't about nothing. I don't have a degree or, I got a degree, but I'm not, it's not working out for me. I had dreams, but, it's just taking too long. Listen, I want you to understand, it doesn't matter how long it has taken because you're just one breath away. Come on, you're just one breath away, but you don't know it. It gets darkest before the dawn. It gets darkest right before the breakthrough. That's why we have to keep the hope. So I say to anybody that does not understand that no matter how hard, how dark, how stuck you are, how much of a space that you just clam yourself in, just lock yourself in, come on out of that prison. Come on out of there. Come on out of there. Listen, you have to understand, we get what we expect, and you don't get it overnight. But you do get what you expect. And so that's why some people don't answer their cell phone. They're like, I don't know who that is. I don't know. It to be somebody today, come on, offering you an absolute partnership in a business, offering you, come on, an opportunity to get free funding to go to school. It could be debt cancellation that's for real and not a scam. We don't go to the mailbox because we're expecting bad news. I ain't gonna check. I'll check it about Saturday. I'll wait a minute. You've got to continually every day have an expectancy that is going to change. And so that's why we can't stay stagnant. You can't. All of us go through seasons where it's dark. We all go there, been there, done that. Dr. B's been there. Listen, I'm hope. I'm the ambassador of hope. I'm hope on two legs, but I also know what it's like. Listen, I've written a couple of books. When I was going through, I was reading my own books for motivation and encouragement. You have to understand.
Talking to yourself.
I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be on top and have great, success and income in my business. And I know what it's like to be scratching my head and say, oh my God, how in the world are the bills? Whoa, my God, this is hard. But guess what? I never lost hope. And as long as you're breathing, that means you have hope. Long as you're alive, you have hope. You just got to remember it and tap into that thing. You just got to remember and tap into it and realize that whatever you're expecting, so if you expect it to change and you keep speaking life to it, it will happen. That's why, Dr. Ross, I believe so much in the power of words. Listen, death and life, the greatest book I've ever read in my life says death and life are in the power of your own tongue. So what you speak out of your mouth consistently, you are going to draw to you. You're going to know, they call it the law. Some people say law of attraction. Well, I just understand this. I understand how faith and hope works together. And because I'm a person of faith, I know for me personally, God opens doors and brings things to me because the consistency of speaking life, even when I don't feel like it, I speak it. That's how you take your hope. And eventually that door is going to open. That door is going to open. Come on, somebody. Opportunity is going to come.
Yes.
Come on. That breakthrough is going to come through.
Yes.
It may feel like you're about to have a breakdown. Hold up. A breakthrough is on the way. Come on, man.
Okay, Dr. B. And I love what you said about that expectation. Some people say, well, I just want enough to make it to the end of the month. Well, that's what they get because that's what they say. And we have been trained, the media even trains us to look for calamity, for disaster. That's what the news come on with it. The first 5 stories put you in a mindset. Death, shooting, stealing.
Yes.
And when I first started trying to think positively continuously, because I understood that what I thought is what I was going to get, and what I expected is what I was going to get. And when I started with the mailbox, instead of me expecting bills, I started expecting blessings.
That's it.
I started expecting checks. So what would you say to people who they try to think positive, but they get pulled right back into that negative space? Because it's an intentional thing that we have to do. And it's something that, and it was so difficult for me. I even ordered an app that sent me a positive message every hour, just to remind me.
Absolutely.
And because, and especially people who've been oppressed. Right. Because you don't necessarily see that future is out there for you. What do you say to them for them to keep that expectancy and keep that that positivity going?
And a very good question. The first thing is, when you found yourself feeling very, oppressed, and when you find this, when you've had that kind of consistent drought of despair, because the opposite of hope is despair. Yes. And so when we get in despair, yes. It's just, well, you don't want to hear no motivational talk. You don't want to hear nothing that even sounds positive, because yes. It's so dangerous. You veered over into a dangerous territory that causes you to sink down into a pit of self-pity, a pit of anger. So I say, put yourself in check. The thing that we can control, the number one thing that we can control our attitude. Now, we've heard that attitude determines the altitude, but it is true here. And it's important to understand that if you're going to begin to expect some good things, that's what expectation is. Yes. Expectation means having confident anticipation that something good is about to happen. Now, how do you get yourself there? Yes. It is a discipline. It is a discipline. Yes. If you want to take a look at your future, yes. All you have to do is look at your daily habits. Hello, I said something. Are y'all listening?
I heard you say it again.
Listen, your future is hidden somewhere, Dr. Ross. Your future is hidden somewhere. You know where your future is hidden? Your future is hidden in your daily habits. Come on, somebody. And so all you have to do is decide. That's why they say it takes 21 days to create a new habit and change a habit. Listen, if you want to see your future, meaning you want to see next year your finances increase, you want to see next year a new promotion, you want to see that business being launched, or that ministry or that podcast being launched, whatever that thing is, then if you want to see that in the future, take a look at your daily habits right now, because the consistent habit of speaking life, it can't be this wishy-washy. Who do you know that can lose 50 pounds exercising once a month? Ain't gonna happen.
It's not
happening. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen, Doc.
Yes,
it's not gonna happen. And so you have to be held accountable. We can't be making excuses.
Yes.
Because if you look for an excuse, oh, whoop, there it is. You're gonna find it. You're gonna find it. So yes. You have to take accountability for yourself and get real with yourself and say, am I angry? Is that why I'm not moving? Am I depressed? Let me deal with it. Let me talk it out. Come on. Because it's a reason that we become stagnated. It's a reason that we get there where we just say, I'm just, it is what it is. It's not no is what it is. It is what you've been saying. It is what you've been doing. It is what you've been planning. It is what you've been making consistently happen with your mouth.
Yes.
I don't want to live no is what it is life. That's like saying, things that happen in my life, I have no control over it. I'm just going to be cold, blind, busted, broken, disgusted all days of my life. Come on now. Listen. We have the power and the ability to hit the reset button. Come on now. We can hit the reset button every day, just like receiving fresh mercy and fresh grace every day. Come on, to start over and take a shower. Come on and get refreshed and throw away the old. So today can be the day. The moment that you're listening to this podcast, I'm talking to you. We're talking to you. You've been your worst enemy. You've been talking yourself out of it. Listen, don't you let procrastination be a bully to you anymore. Don't you let worry and fear and all of that be a bully. Realize you have the power to believe and have hope that is going to change for you, but you got to do your part and start speaking to your future. That's how I shaped the life that I live. I started many years ago creating a declaration. I am living a supernaturally blessed, abundant life. I am living in the overflow. I'm blessed to be a blessing. I'm a blessing to others. I sow good seeds. I'm reaping a good harvest. I'm good to people. Doors are opening for me from the north, south, east, and west. I was saying this every day. I was saying it every day, no matter what. And that's the thing that we have to do is you got to develop a habit of speaking life. On your worst day, speak life. Come on, somebody.
Yes, that's when it's time.
You ain't gonna ever go wrong speaking life on a bad day. Come on. We have to grab our words because we have a tendency to speak what we feel. And so if you want to change your focus, you got to change how you feel, shift your focus.
Yes.
Your focus determines your feelings. Did y'all hear that?
Yes.
Your focus determines your feelings. So if you don't like the way you feel, shift your focus. Come on. So what do you focus on? When you focus on what you're grateful for today, then you're going to draw something much more to you tomorrow. Oh my. Come on, Dr. Ross, I get happy.
Look, you got me over here sweating. I was cool until I got on this podcast with you, Dr. B. And it sounds like we could just go on and on, but I need to save some for another time, Dr. B.
Cool. Let's do it.
You've given us a mouthful and a head full to think about and a heart full to meditate on. And I appreciate that. And I like that you said, put yourself in check. And you talked about sowing those seeds because what we sow is what we get back. And that's what I wish people would understand. Sometimes people are stuck in this cycle and they're so mean. But they don't understand that you're constantly putting meanness out there. You're going to get that type of stuff back.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And I know my audience is just going to be overjoyed to hear this. And I know they're going to be requesting another interview. And please, anytime you want to come in and talk with us, you just let me know. You have my information. I met you at a graduation and you just blessed probably about 2,000-3,000 people that day with your message. And you blessed me. And I'm an example of keep speaking it and expecting it because I wanted podcast guests. And I was saying, where am I going to get people? And I was running into people and I was getting no's, but I said, I'm not going to stop. And I asked you and you gave me your card. And then I was speaking to people on the way out. I lost the card, but I tracked you down. But because I had heard you and I had seen you, so you couldn't get away.
Thank you. Look, Dr. Ross, you didn't let hope get away from you.
I did not. I lost the card, but I didn't lose hope. It fell out of my graduation program. And I was just distraught. And I called the principal, Miss Stewart, and she said to me, she gave me your number. And I said, well, ask her for permission because I don't know what was on the card before I can call her. And she did. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us on It's the Hard Work, People, Passion, and Purpose podcast. And we're looking for you back the next time. Thank you so much, Dr. B.